good morning, everybody. Thank you for joining us on this great Wednesday morning. Today, we have one of our beloved friends, Jackson Dawayen, otherwise known as Phoenix Jackson. You guys probably know him as Phoenix Jackson, the German Shepherd of our group. And he's here with us today to share his story about it. It's a very interesting story. It's a story of how he bounced back. So from failure to freelancer. So thank you so much for joining us today, Phoenix.
Yeah, hi, and thank you very much for the interview. I don't know what to say, but go ahead, ask me some questions.
All right. Yeah, it's a raining. Well, here in Cebu, it's not raining. Good morning. We have a couple of people here. By the way, if you want to share this, I'd really appreciate if you share this interview with your friends and family. Hit the share button, and other people who are experiencing downs in their life, and who want to hear about somebody who's been there and who's been able to pick himself back up. That's Phoenix Jackson. So please hit the share button and say good morning to us, and of course tell us where you're watching from, what city you're in. Just say hi so that we know you're there. If you have any questions, feel free to ask in the comments so that me and Phoenix can answer them. All right, let's go and focus on you, Phoenix. Let's hear about your story. How did you get started? Well, let's start from the failure part, or even before the failure part of your journey, all the way to the freelancer part. So let's go ahead.
Are we gonna start with the long version or the short version? No, I'm just kidding. Backstory. Okay. Okay. Let me start with I was born in a family of business people. My mom was one of the greatest business women I've ever known. However, for some reason, I hate it. I hate business. I hate the selling part. I hate all of those. So I was never able to, my mom was never able to impart whatever she learned on me. And when I was a kid, I was a very talented, intelligent, smart kid. Nasa akin na lahat. And I always hear it all the time. From people. Oh, you're 11 years old and that's how you think. Ganyan ka lang kagaling. That's what they said. So that's the disadvantage of having so many talents, because you don't get to focus on one thing steadily throughout your life. Because I used to paint, I used to draw, and then I joined the volleyball team, and then I was one of the best in tennis, table tennis. I jumped from here to there and here to there, and I never get to, although I won trophies and whatnot, but I never really get to focus on one thing in my life. And that put me at a disadvantage when I grew up and had to work, kasi I was born a very sick kid, so in-spoiled din ako ng parents ko. I was asthmatic when I was a kid, and I never experienced actually working. The back-breaking work that we Filipinos commonly do. I know how to sweep floors, I know how to wash dishes, but that's all I can do. So nabigla ako when I was sent to Korea to work. And yun na, it's factory working. So talagang absolutely just throw in, and nandun na ako, and I don't know the language. I don't know anything. I don't even know the being street smart.
Well,
so that's already a very big down for me.
Well, let me interrupt you just there. Sorry to interrupt, but I want to learn more about the Korea part of your life, because that's very interesting. First of all,
Korea.
How did you end up in Korea? Like, what happened there?
My dad worked there for 20 years. Parang since sabi ko nga, I was spoiled, and then yun ang mahirap sa inalagaan na bata. Eventually you will get tired of them. My mom got tired of me, and so they decided to send me to Korea to learn what life really is. So yun, that's why I ended up in Korea. All expenses paid na naman, walang problema when it comes to finances, but when it comes to actually working for my own money, that's a hugely different story. Talagang
Mhm.
sinabak na lang ako ng ganyan. I was just thrown into a certain factory, and I was only introduced to 3 Filipinos, and then ano naman ako, it's easy for me to get peers. But little do I know, just the same as the stories of many Filipinos who go abroad. Kapwa Filipino ang magpapasubo sa'yo. Kapwa
Oh.
Filipino ang magpapahirap sa'yo. So, yeah, I had to deal with that, and I cried every night for 6 months. Kasi, why am I here? Why is God punishing me? Why are my parents punishing me? What have I done wrong? Yung mga yun ang naisip ko for 6 months, until after 6 months uh I really tasted the money that time. Yung salary ko, I'm spending it for myself since I was single. I'm single. I had no responsibilities. My parents are fine. My siblings are fine. Wala naman akong ano. So I spent my salary for myself, and that's when I started enjoying it. And I started enjoying life. And then again, Filipinos na naman ang kalaban. So I had to move from company to company to company to
So,
company.
first of all, some follow-up questions to that. What were you doing in the factory? Were you like making things or?
Yeah, I was one of those people who built the first Galaxy S1.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah. Yeah. And I
Okay.
moved from department to department to department. It's a huge advantage when you learn their language very, very quickly, because you go up the ranks very, very fast.
Oh, okay.
And you easily get jobs. You easily get jobs. So that's why I moved from one company to another. It was very easy for me because I was a little fluent with their language.
Nice, nice. And
Uh,
you mentioned that, the people that were making it hard for you were other Filipinos. And this is a story with many
yeah,
OFWs.
yeah.
And I've also worked abroad, and it is unfortunately our own countrymen who are the ones who bring us down, and that's a culture that we wish we could change, but it's there. Do you have, like, can you share any? It's okay if you don't, but do you have like any stories that you can share about an incident?
Ah, okay. So I had an argument with another Filipino, and unfortunately, all of those Filipinos, ano, parang popular siya kasi doon sa isang department na yan. So I was working with 50 Filipinos all that time, and all those 50 Filipinos took his side, and they started bullying me. Pinapasubo pa ako sa mga superiors namin, nagpapasipsip sila kung ano-anong sinusumbong nila, and that took about 3 months. I stood my ground for 3 months, and after 3 months, yun na, paisa-isa ng may lumalapit na sa akin, and then eventually I won them back. But to me, that was the turning point of my attitude towards people in general. And that's why when you once asked the advantages, what are the advantages of freelancing, this is one advantage of freelancing. I don't have to deal with pasipsipan. I don't have to deal with ridiculous Filipinos whom I find stupid, so stupid that they have to play dirty to win the game. And yeah, in freelancing, all I can give is what I have. I don't have to kiss their ass. I don't have to yeah, I don't have to kiss their ass. If I can just show them how good I am at doing what I do,
Yeah.
and that's it. I get paid for it, unlike in working abroad. Lalo na pag maraming the big companies at maraming Filipinos, there's always a competition of popularity and pasipsipan and whatnot. The thing that changed me was I got institutionalized in Korea. Parang since you're working in a factory, just because you work abroad doesn't mean that it's a fabulous life. If you're working in a factory, robotic ka eh. And just like I said, I was one of those who built the first Galaxy S.
Galaxy
And
S.
in one department, all you have to do is pick one, small, tiny thing to transfer it to another tiny thing. That's all you have to do for the whole day. Ganon, ganon, ganon. Pick and put, pick and put, pick and put. And it's quite easy, but it's mundane. And I used to work 16 hours a day or more. Sometimes nagpo 48 hours pa ako. And ang problema doon, lahat ng alam ko, all of my skills, all of my talents, they became useless, because where am I going to use my volleyball skills? Where am I going to use my table tennis skills? Where am I going to use my whatever debate skills I have? Wala. So I became robotic, and that was my life for a couple of years, and I got institutionalized. In fact, I even got dependent on such situation. So when I came home, yun na yung hindi ko na alam kung saan ako pupunta. And that's when I felt really, really low. Yes, I came from abroad. I earned a lot of money, but wala na yung I don't know where to go, because I still want to work, but lahat na lang napupuntahan ko, no, I'm sorry, you came from abroad, overqualified ka, you may mababa ang binibigay namin. Yung mga ganun ba ang inaano nila? They keep saying I'm overqualified, but actually they're just scared that I might be put off with the salary that they can give me.
And I know how it is, the feeling, you like when you were in Korea, you earn a lot of money, but if you're doing something that doesn't make you happy, that doesn't excite you, that doesn't doesn't give you motivation to wake up in the morning. Like when you wake up in the morning, I've been here. When you wake up in the morning, you're gonna say, okay, same crap, different day. I'm gonna have to do the same thing over and over again. And at that point, the money doesn't matter. It's you could be earning 1 million pesos a month, but if that's what you're doing every single day, and you feel bored, you feel whatever, that's not about the money anymore. So when you went back home, you're having a hard time finding work, because
I had a terrible time finding work, because even my friends, the people whom I expect who would help me, rejected me, even when I just went there to visit them. It wasn't my purpose to apply for whatever business they have. It wasn't my purpose. I just went there to visit them, and I was telling them my situation. I cannot. I'm trying to look for my place here in my hometown. That's what I told them, and immediately parang napunta ang discussion sa, well, if you are applying for me, I'm not going to hire you.
You weren't even asking in the first place.
Yeah, I wasn't even asking, but for me, parang nakaka-insulto na. I wasn't even asking, and you're already rejecting me. Are you kidding me? Why? Ganun na ako. And I realized that, it's like, parang ano na, porket OFW ka, nakakahiya yung, what do you call it? About how much were they offering? About 5,000, 6,000 a month? Ooh. But yeah, I just arrived in the Philippines, and I didn't even know the value of money here. I didn't know. It's so fun. It's so funny, because when I went to I had a companion with me, because I didn't even. It has been so many years that I don't even recognize my hometown anymore. And when I went to buy just a pair of pants, it was about 700 pesos.
Okay.
At that time. So when I asked, how much is this? It's 700 pesos. And I had to ask my friend, is this price justified? I had, tama ba to? Is this price justified? And the salesperson was more confused, because what a question. They just don't understand. They don't have a clue that I came from abroad for how many years, for so many years. And another funny thing is, when I went to Baguio City, the heart of Baguio City, I was looking for a place to smoke. I was looking for a place, because back then it was just okay to smoke everywhere. So I heard that parang stricto na raw ang Baguio sa sigarilyo. So I was looking for a place to smoke. So I approached a street sweeper. What do we call that? Metro Aid. I approached a Metro Aid asking for directions where I can smoke, and confused talaga siya na bawal naman talagang manigarilyo dito everywhere here in Baguio. And I said, Really? Since when? Matagal na. Okay, how long is matagal na? Because I haven't been here for 17 years. That's what ayun, parang ano, it's a very huge culture shock. And yun na, parang I went really, really down. Kasi nobody is hiring me. I'm here. It's like nag-abroad din ako. It's like nag-abroad din ako na wala akong kaalam-alam kung anong nangyayari dito, anong kultura doon. Even there, I'm even amazed that the youngsters nowadays speak Tagalog. Nung panahon ko, we don't even speak Tagalog. We speak either Ilocano or English or Igorot. That's all. We don't speak Tagalog unless we study them at school. Ayun, ngayon, mga bata nagtatagalog na. So it's a huge culture shock, and my family are trying to keep me safe. Kasi sabi ko, I want to go dance. I want to go to a club and dance. They had to keep me away from clubs kasi nga iba na ang culture. They are afraid na baka mapapasubo ako. Not because I get drunk, because I don't drink anymore. I've been sober for how many years now? But it's just dancing. Maybe it's my style of dancing or my attitude, the way I look at people or something. I don't know. It's just a huge change when it comes to earning money, because wow, I was so surprised that money went out really, really fast. No matter how many years ito na naman ang pangit sa OFW eh. You go abroad and then you work hard, and yes, you get huge amounts of money. And then when you go home, yung huge amount of money na akala mo you will live 10 years without working, sabihin mo ng 9 months ubos na yung pera mo. And you're not even living a luxurious life. It's just the prices here. Parang nakapagtataka, because we are the economy is so low. You would expect that the prices are a little low, a little affordable. But no, it's the absolute opposite. Just because there's no money coming, and you keep on spending and spending money, no matter how small.
And I agree. I agree.
Yung I got so frustrated because nobody is hiring me. And another thing is, lumaki din ang ulo ko when I was just I only finished first year high school. So it's hard for me. It was difficult for me to compete when it comes to looking for jobs. Kahit nasa Jollibee, I still have to. What are you telling me that I still have to finish my high school before I come to you and work for you as a janitor or something? OFW ako, sanay na ako sa trabahong ganyan. Wala talagang wala akong direction noon. I thought maybe I should study, maybe I should pursue studying, and my family told me na after how many years of studying, ang competition mo is the fresh graduates who are nagpakatino sila sa studies nila. So that's not a good decision. It's a good thing na people were recommending me to work online. And I think somebody recommended Odesk. I think somebody mentioned Odesk.
And what year was this?
Oh God, I can't remember. I can't remember. All I remember is I can't even remember if somebody actually mentioned Odesk to me, or somebody told me to look for online jobs, because that's what many Filipinos are doing nowadays. And I got curious and I googled it. Kasi walang Jason Dulay noon. There was no Jason Dulay before. There was no Anna Soriano before. Wala. Puros everybody knows that online working online is out there, but none of my whole community are actually doing it. Everybody knows that there is ESL, but I can't find any ESL person here. Everybody knows that there is BDO. They call it call center before. Yeah, everybody knows that there's call center, but I have never seen anybody here in La Trinidad or Baguio who are actually working as a call center agent. Kaya wala man na ako mapagtatanungan. Well, thank you very much na lang at I'm fond of researching sa Google. And that's when I think that somebody mentioned Odesk, so I googled Odesk. And I went there, and it was overwhelming. Now, this is what I really want to emphasize to newbies. You take the course because, my goodness, akala nyo ba yung hinihingi ni Jason na ano, basta-basta lang yon? Just try to imagine me. I am very resourceful at magaling akong mag-research, but it took me 6 months before I really got myself a position in Odesk. Not even a client, not yet. Wala pang client noon. But starting from zero, starting from what is Odesk on Google, it took me 6 months from there to yung nagkaroon ako ng profile sa Upwork. So, do you think ang masasabi ko lang sa mga nagque-question, you know, like Jason and Anna and me, nag-research naman tayo and that consumed a lot of time. And that is what we are trying to save from the newbies. So yeah, take the course. And yeah, it took me 6 months, and nakakainis kasi there are so many questions that Odesk used to ask, like anong job title mo, anong description mo sa sarili mo, and then anong rating mo sa sarili mo, and then blah 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 blah. Ako since sabi ko nga, I had so many talents before, pero na-erase nga sa Korea, as in absolutely none. Wala na akong ibang maipagmayayabang pa kundi Korean language. So I think I can translate English to Korean. I think that's one thing that I can say. Pero ayokong ma-generalize ako. Ayokong parang fixed na lang ako sa translation because there are so many jobs out there. So I made a vague title. Yeah, I think until now ang nakalagay doon, communication specialist. Yun ang nilagay ko. Communication specialist. Hindi lang ako translator, hindi lang ako I can fix your grammar, I can whatever problems you have with language, I can fix it. There you go. Wala akong trabaho, walang nag-o-offer sa akin. Apply ako ng apply. Kahit pa nga $1 ang offer ko, wala pa rin kumakagat. Because it is difficult to get that first job. Yeah. That first job is really the first step, the first big step, pero talagang ang hirap na kunin yung first job na yan. Kasi syempre, in fairness naman sa mga clients, would you really expect clients to just look at you and, oh, you don't have a star rating, you're just new, you don't even have an experience, blah, 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 blah. How can I trust you my money? How can I trust you? If not for my money, how about my time? Yung oras ang importante, mahal ang expensive ang oras, especially sa clients. So yeah, so yun na yung saan ba ako lulugar. Wala namang translation na trabaho na ibigay hanggat sa inisa-isa ko yung mga pwede kong gawin. I didn't even know what transcribing was. I just Googled, what is transcription? What is transcribing? Yeah, I had to Google that. Kasi bakit ang daming offers na kahit mababa ang bayad? What is transcribing? Oh, it's typing so ako parang stenographer. I think I'm okay with typing. I think ako 60 words per minute noon. And I have no problem with accents. That's parang God-given na yun sa akin. Naibigay na sa akin yun. By nature, magaling talaga ako sa English. So, when it comes to accents, kahit Russiano pang mag-English dyan, kayang-kaya ko yan. So I thought, okay, I think I can do this. Ayun, sinubukan ko. My goodness, may kumuha sa akin. My goodness, the job was overwhelming. Because that 5 minutes, it took me 8 hours to try to completely transcribe.
5-minute audio file. 5-minute audio file.
Yeah, no, it's a video file. It's thankfully it was a video file kasi pag audio yon talagang wala. Kahit anong research ko siguro sa Google, because if there's a word that I didn't understand, i-research ko sa Google just to make sure that my spelling is correct or the word that I use is correct. Kasi nga, accents. It's an Australian physical therapist na nagde-demonstrate about, what was that again? massaging your thighs para maiwasan yung napipinch na nerve doon. I forgot the term. But yeah, it's a good thing that my older sister is a physical therapist at nung nagre-review siya, ako ang tumutulong sa kanya. So I was a little knowledgeable with the terminologies. I thought, okay, prone. He said prone. Okay. And then meron yung binanggit na spine. Spine ba yun? Spine ba yun? Pero bakit spine position? So I had to Google it and then I stopped because I remember, supine. Yeah. Supine position. Okay. That's it. So yun ang nangyari sa akin. 5 minutes na video, 8 hours.
8 hours. Grabe.
Yeah.
That was your first. So that was your first job in Upwork.
Yeah,
right?
that was my first job. And despite na mababa, napakababa ng tapos sabi niya, I still need to enhance my skills kasi marami pa raw mali. Parang napahaba raw yung trabaho nung
PT.
The person who corrects it.
Editor.
Because there's the transcriber and there's the person who reads it and corrects it para forget the position of that job. But yeah, napahaba raw ang trabaho niya. Dahil ang dami ko raw mali-mali. Imagine it took me 8 hours to finish that. Ang dami pa rin mali-mali. And despite that, hindi ako na-disappoint. In fact, natuwa ako kasi I finally got a job. It's a 40 cents job, but I finally got a job.
40 cents per hour is what you earned with that.
No. That's 40 cents for the whole 8 hours.
40 cents for the whole 8 hours.
Yeah, because that's just a 5-minute video.
So that's around 20 pesos.
Who cares? Basta meron. And I was begging them to give me at least 5 stars, and they were nice enough to give me 5 stars. I think they understood that I was a newbie and I really just need that first 5-star. Yun ang, para sa akin yun ang importante sa mga newbies. If you join Upwork, the most important thing is you get a 5-star rating from your very first job. Kasi pagkatapos nun, wow, river flow naman na ang transcription job offering sa akin after that.
And a lot of people are commenting, about the 40 cents for the 8 hours of work. Respect daw.
Yeah.
And yeah, buti na lang 5 stars. How many months? So let's take a step back. You came from Korea, you landed in the Philippines, you came back to the Philippines. How many months from the time you arrived in the Philippines until you got 40 cents?
Oh God. A year?
1 year.
It took me a year. Do you know that when I arrived here, wala kasi yung bunso namin kapatid lang kasi ang nandyan, and it took me 6 months to rest. To rest kasi parang culture shock nga. It's a huge culture shock. I don't even recognize my house. Parang pag-uwi ko bakit ang daming tao sa baba namin? Hindi ko alam na pinahiram pala sa simbahan na yung supposed to be area ko na. So maraming church people, I don't even know who they are, and then people are greeting me, I don't even know who you are. But nagaganon na ako. And then isa pa na I really hate is, which I expected already, pero ang daming biglang dumarating na mga uncles, cousins, asking me, also, nang business mo ngayon? They are hoping that they will get involved, probably some financial help or something. Pero yun nga, ever since I was a kid, I hated business because I just don't think that I was good with it. I thought it was not for me. Business was not for me. So ang dami sumusugod na, ng business mo ngayon? Dapat pag-business ka na, may pera ka naman. Yan na ang susunod mong gagawin. Dapat business. Yun na lang bukang bibig ng tao, and it makes me frustrated. So I had to hide. I had to hide for 6 months in our house. Nandun na ako, nakakulong lang ako kasi I don't even know the television shows. Ang dami. You know, when you come from a different place na steady na gano'n na lang ang buhay mo araw-araw. I'm not saying that I became ignorant. I'm not saying that. Pero wala na ang buhay ng abroad is pagkagising mo trabaho, pagkatapos ng trabaho wala ka ng oras para sa sarili mo. Wala ni ultimo maghilamos, magbasa ng kung ano or mag-text man lang, wala. Wala ka ng oras. You're so tired at hinahabol mo na at least maka 8 oras kang 8 hours of sleep before you wake up again and start the day as is na naman. That is buhay abroad. And pagpunta ko dito, wala akong magawa. Ni ultimo, I don't even know if am I allowed to touch the washing machine? Parang ganun na ang attitude ko. Despite the fact that is my house. That is my house. And parang hinahanap ko pa yung mga tao kung kanina ako magpapaalam para, can I sweep the floor or something? I just really need to. It's a huge culture shock. And wala. So I had to spend 6 months just laying low sa bahay, and then another 6 months for that starting Googling what is Odesk until the 40 cents.
Until 40. So 1 year, you after a year, you earned 40 cents. But going back to what you said about coming back to the Philippines after coming from abroad, I spent 3 years abroad. And when I came back to Cebu, grabe, it's like so many changes. And traffic, especially the traffic, was like the biggest change. Na nagulat din ako. But I can't imagine you with you 17 years. And I think what you felt is what a lot of OFWs have felt as well. I know there are a couple of OFWs and former OFWs who are watching this, so you can comment. But it's something that's common with OFWs, where after spending so much time away from the country, after spending so much time away from family, when they come back, it's different. It's a bit hard to go back into the rhythm of things. So I understand those 6 months, those first 6 months. The second 6 months, you were looking around on Upwork. But buti na lang, you had the money that you saved from Korea, diba? That you could afford to still survive without only earning 40 cents after a year.
Without worrying so much. Yeah, without worrying so much. Ano lang kasi ang nakakabwisit lang talaga, let me tell you OFW people, kayong nasa abroad pa lang, ang nakakainis, you really are expecting your money to be stretched in a way, because while you are there in Saudi, while you are there in America, nai-stretch mo naman ang $10 eh. But by the time you come home, that $10 goes out in 1 minute. Kahit hindi ka naglilibre, kahit hindi ka pamasahe mo pa lang, ubos na yung $10 na yan. Just going to the market alone, naubos na ang pera mo, magugulat ka na lang na, don't you know that I had to work for 3 days just to buy this Milo? Parang ganun na ang feeling nun. So, yeah, you gotta be prepared. You gotta be prepared to immediately do something, immediately at least meron kang ginagawa to satisfy the thirst of working, and at the same time may nagsusupplement ng konti.
Yeah, so that's good advice for FWs. Okay, a couple of people are saying hi to the cat as well. Maybe you can introduce.
Little Ming. Hi, Little Ming.
Little Ming.
Little Ming. Yeah, Little Ming. Say hi, Little Ming. Yan. Naglalambing siya for some reason, parang ayaw niya makipaglaro sa mga may breed. Ito kasi native. Yung iba may breed.
So right now, for everyone watching, if you have any questions for me and Phoenix, please ask them in the comments. People like the cat. That's a good reaction. But ask them in the comments. And if you have, especially OFW friends who are going through that phase, you can share this Facebook Live with them. Just hit the share button, please, and share this story with them. Now it's time for our lightning round. We're around halfway through the interview, so it's time for our lightning round. We have a couple of questions. Oh, hi, there you go. We have a couple of questions, and just answer the first thing that comes into your head. Are you ready?
Okay.
First question is, what is your biggest addiction?
Biggest addiction? Cigarettes.
Cigarettes. Okay. How would you answer if you were asked by a newbie freelancer how po?
Okay. Sa final words.
Sige.
Because I already had that in mind. Yeah.
So you'll answer that later. Sex or chocolates?
Sex.
Okay.
Yeah,
What do you
definitely.
like to do? What do you like to do when you're not hustling? When you're not working?
Sleeping.
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 Okay, that's a good activity. What type of music are you into?
A lot, a lot. Except the only thing that I hate really is rap.
Okay.
Yun lang.
All right. So that concludes our lightning round. If ever you hang out with Phoenix, you know not to listen, not to play rap music in the background. All right. So
Definitely not.
going back to your story, um, you got your 40-cent job, but now you're doing pretty well. You're not earning 40 cents for 8 hours. You're not earning 5 cents per
Oh,
hour nowadays.
oh no, 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 definitely not. I learned a lot from that 40 cents. Kasi I was happy, but then ano kasi life is a roller coaster ride. You go up, you go down, you go up, you go down, you go up. Even when you work abroad, do you think porket factory worker ka consistent, mundane ang araw ang daily activities mo, but your life still goes up and down and up and down. Pag minsan kaaway mo ang amo mo, pag minsan kaaway mo ang katrabaho mo. So it's almost like that with freelancing as well. Like I was so happy to get that 40 cents. And then after a couple of weeks, let's say, after a couple of weeks, I started to worry because it took me 8 hours na trabaho na straight na typing yun, straight na typing yun, and parang hindi na-appreciate ng gusto. Why is the offering so low?
Mm-hmm.
And then I studied that it's the competition's fault. Maraming mga agencies dyan na ganyan talagang ginagawa. They grab the job and then they offer it to you at a lower price para may cut sila. Yung mga ganyan. And ayun na, parang I started to feel disappointed. Ganito ba talaga ang online jobs dito? Do I really have to go back abroad? Yun na ang iniisip ko. Kasi bakit ako nagtatrabaho ng as in super trabaho, pinagpupuyatan ko, and all I get is like $20. Yung mga ganyan. So it's disappointing, and then I decided to step out of transcription. Luckily, meron akong accidentally na inapplyan. I don't know why I ended up applying for that job, but it's writing show notes. Writing show notes. So I thought I was transcribing. I thought I was gonna transcribe because it's a description ko. I'm a transcriber. I can do this. I can do that. I can type this fast, and I don't care about your accent. It's fine. And then yun lagi yung sinasabi ko your accent doesn't matter to me. I've got no problems with any accent. Kaya talagang tinatambakan naman ako ng sangkatutak na may accent. Ang ano ko lang talaga, sumusungit na ako kasi sumusungit na ako na okay, I'm fine with accents, but make sure that the audio is clear. Kasi ang ayoko lang talaga yung they're talking at the beach, they're talking in public, tapos may bus na and then they expect me to type that.
Oh yeah.
Ni ikaw mismo na 2 feet away from that person, hindi mo naintindihan kung anong sinabi niya. Do you really expect me to be able to come up with something that makes sense? Ayoko naman ayoko namang basta nilalagay ko na lang na inaudible. That's what consumes my time. Kasi pag merong inaudible, I go back, reread my transcription, and I Google it. Ano kayang sinabi nito? It sounds like telebedididi. So I try to Google it. Telebedididi. Let's just hope na meron akong mahanapan na word that the definition is a little consistent with the sentence. Yun yung ginagawa ko. So, nagiging masungit na ako until I got tired of it. And I ended up writing show notes, and it was fun. But still, I was transcribing. Doon na nagulat yung client na, this is not a transcription job. You're supposed to write show notes. Oh, okay. So, due to parang naging habit ko ng transcription, parang trina-transcribe ko yung show notes before and then I summarize. So, doble, triple ang trabaho kasi transcribe and then summarize and then reread and then try to make it sound or look attractive. So, di ba ang show notes naman, kailangan mo ng copywriting skills You need to
you need to have some.
You need you should be you should always keep in mind that the purpose of writing show notes is for the audiences, for the readers to get hooked and get curious para pakinggan yung audio, or they will watch the video.
Yeah. So
that is
for
the
those
purpose of show notes.
For those that don't know what show notes are, there are a couple of people asking. Well, for different podcasts or shows, like even these interviews, show notes is like a summary that will get people to watch or listen to the interview. So it'll just say, it'll have some copywriting because you want to attract the reader to hit the play button. So that's basically what, and it covers like in this, let's say in this interview, you learn about these different things so that the reader will say, oh, I want to do that, and they click on the button. So that's what show notes, people who create show notes, that's what they do. Okay, so
yeah, it's a very interesting job kasi when people are into article writing, iba ang show notes. In article writing, you are galing sa utak mo mismo or galing sa research mo mismo. When it comes to show notes, ang i-research mo, you have to focus on the product, like the video or a podcast, and you have to write whatever their style is. Yun naman ang you try to imitate it, because you cannot make it, you have to avoid readers thinking that this is a different writer. Kung nasanay sila na ang unang nagbibigay ng show notes is the creator, the person in the video or the person in the podcast, kailangan sundin mo yung style niya. And then ayun na, of course they hired you to write show notes. Ang changes mo lang doon is how the hell can you attract the reader? How can you entice the reader to hit the play button? Kasi ano yun by hitting the play button alone, may pera na doon na pumapatak. So that is a skill. That is a skill that you need to do. Iba ang article writing, but it is a bridge. Article writing is a bridge to copywriting. Kasi show notes, that is actually copywriting. You don't little do you know that you are already copywriting. So kapag show notes, pag sinabing show notes ang trabaho mo, napakasimple ang word but actually the effect is just as good as copywriting. So might as well tell your client na this is copywriting.
Yeah,
kasi doon ako nag-start.
And you have to follow the style of the show or the creator, like you mentioned. Yeah. That's very important.
Kailangan hindi pwedeng malaman ng readers na ikaw ang nagsusulat. So try to give your signature writing, hindi pwede yung ganun.
Yeah. So that basically was like your turning point. Na you became, well, not successful yet, but more of you had the consistency now of freelancing, right?
It's more the embracing change. That's the thing that nung nai-offer sa akin yung writing show notes. That's when I realized, wow, in Upwork or just working online plainly, you have the ability to change jobs as quickly as you want. You have the ability to just shift your life to a different style. Again, kasi ang transcriber talagang naka-headset, and then nakaganyan ka na lang type ka na lang ng type hanggang sa hindi talagang iba ang lifestyle ng transcriber. Some people enjoy it. Maybe I can do it once in a while for old time's sake, but I'm not gonna do it for that
40
cheap.
cents.
I'm not gonna do it. Pero the thing that ang maganda sa freelancing is, like I said, I was multi-talented, multi-skilled when I was a kid. And nung nasa abroad ako, parang nawala yon. Nawala lahat yon. Parang ang nasa isip ko useless lahat yung mga yung mga skills na I concentrated and spent time with. Kasi I'm not able to apply it in real life pala. Yun ang nasa isip ko. But when I entered freelancing, wow, halos lahat na, even if something as basic as badminton, pag nagkataon na may client ka na, yun ang gusto niyang pag-usapan, yeah, sure, why not? or the attitude itself of learning skills, enhancing your skills in sports or in mathematics or in quiz bee, yung mga ganun science fair, yung mga ganun competitions, the attitude in itself apply mo. Even the things that you learned in elementary, like do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do, those, you can even apply those in freelancing. It's just a matter of finding that job that wants you to do that.
So
Yun ang kaganda.
what's the strangest job that you've ever worked?
Oh God. Fiverr. Pour chocolate on yourself and write your name. I'll write his name on my chest. Yun.
Okay, I don't want any more details about that. That sounds okay. I'm done for
Well,
today.
that's $5. That's $5. It's just a matter of getting naked. Well, hindi naman the whole body, parang dito lang. Just half of it. And it's parang it's a birthday gift. Like it's a prank. Birthday gift.
Okay. It was a prank. Nah.
Yun.
Okay, I think we're done with the interview. just kidding. But that is very strange. So right now, what are the main things you do? You probably don't pour chocolate on yourself every hour or something. But what are your main sources of freelance work? Because you do a lot of different things right now. You're a communications specialist, but you focus on a few things. But what are your main drivers?
Well, as of now, I'm a video editor. Pero nandiyan pa rin ako, communication specialist pa rin ako. But, ano na to, I do video editing. That's what I promote nowadays. And that's, yun yung mga jobs na ina-applyan ko because nakalimutan kong mag-edit. Nakalimutan ko na. I studied that when I was in Korea. And nung pagdating ko dito na kung kailan kailangan ko naman at pagpeperahan ko pa, nakalimutan ko. So I had to apply for those jobs para parang ma-refresh. And that's another thing about freelancing. I'm the kind of person who easily gets tired of ngayon na nandito na ako sa Pilipinas, parang I'm done with the factory worker life na yun na lang ginagawa mo araw-araw. I'm done with that. And I easily get bored with my job. So ayoko yung mga full-time consistent 2 years na gusto ko yung at least 1 month lang. Just let me do this job for a month and I'll be done with it and then move on to the next different job. Yun ang inaano ko. So nowadays I'm applying for video editing jobs. I just came from what was my last job? Yeah, writing show notes. Again.
Wow. Nice.
Again. Parang nire-recycle ko lang. There are other jobs out there na ang gusto ko kasi yung mga odd jobs eh. Kasi maraming mga applicants na nandiyan like bookkeeping is highly popular, article writing is highly popular, SEO is highly popular. Pero since because it is popular, it became kind of ordinary to me.
It became boring.
Ordinary to me. Kasi parang, what can you say about yourself? SEO ako. Okay, SEO. Parang ganun na, kasi sa dami na, parang, imaginein mo na lang na kahit ikaw na ang pinakamagaling na, kahit summa cum laude kang nag-graduate as a nurse, para pagtatanungin sa'yo, anong tinapos mo? Nursing. How would you react to that? How would you feel about that? Like, okay, it's nursing. Parang ganon.
Oo.
But I'm not putting nurses down now. Take note, kapatid ko nurse mismo. Kaya what I'm saying is there are so many jobs out there that are good. They are paying you well. They could give you good money. Pero at times it's not so interesting. It's not fascinating anymore.
And that's one thing that I love about freelancing as well. Because when I was working in corporate, like I worked 5 years in a company, and then it gets tiring. Maybe the first few months it's new, it's exciting, but it gets boring after a few months. And what's nice with freelancing is you can, if you get bored, like you got bored transcribing, and then you can move on to show notes, and then you get tired of that. You can move on to video editing. You can move on to pouring chocolate on yourself. You can move on to anything really, and it's your choice whether you want to move to another skill, to whether you want to learn new skills to enhance your existing skills.
Yeah.
So that's
Yeah.
one thing that I love about freelancing, and I see that in you as well.
That's the beauty about freelancing because yeah, dyan mo na dyan mo na maibibigay yung interest mo. It's not just stop thinking about the money. Stop thinking everybody needs money. Okay, we all need money to spend. Okay, so whether we are desperate or whether we are going just passing through, we still need money to spend. So forget about that kasi nandyan na yan, kasama na yan sa pagtatrabaho. Why the hell would you work kapag ayaw mo ng pera, right? But the thing about freelancing is kung if you missed this pagpapasok ka ng college, sometimes you are forced to take a particular course na hindi yun ang gusto mo. Right? Mm-hmm. Sometimes there are some kids out there who graduated high school, entering college, now they were forced to take up probably teaching or nursing or psychology or whatnot. Pero ang interest nila is tourism or something else. Ito ang maganda na sa freelancing because as long as you are willing to do it, then it's okay. Nandyan yan. Marami kang makukuha ng trabaho dyan. Like podcasting, like or magbasa ka lang ng all you have to do is pag audio actor ka kasi if you're just a narrator it's fine. Pag actor ka it's really interesting kasi na to magagawa mo na lahat ng mga gusto mong gawin as a voice actor. But yeah, voice acting is not common here in the Philippines, and yet ako yung since I was listening, since I am an avid fan of podcasts, parang nagka-interest din ako. And since I am curious about how voice actors do it. Yan, in-applyan ko yung trabahong yan, and that's when I parang na-realize ko na wow, I love this job. Yung mga ganon, nice. Hindi yung porket VA, hindi porket yung maging general VA ang pinopromote yun na lang talaga ang kukunin mo kasi doon ka magkakapera. No, the thing about freelancing is as long as you are interested about something, someone out there is willing to pay you to do something that you are interested in doing.
I agree.
That's the beauty about freelancing.
I agree.
Saka yun nga yung like I said, life is a roller coaster ride, right? There's an up, there's a down, there's an up, there's a down. Kasi pati naman ako, even when I got into freelancing, meron pa ring up and down and up and down and up and down. My dad died, that's a down. Hindi ako nakapagtrabaho ng ilang months because I had to take care of my family, whatever arrangement that is. Madrama ang pamilya ko, so I have to rest. I went on hiatus for a couple of months. And that's already a down kasi hindi ako nag-iipon ng pera, and because I had to tell my clients that I have to rest for a couple of months, they got tired of waiting for me and they ended up getting somebody else. So I had to start from zero. And climb up again. Kahit ilang clients ko na ang nilapitan ko na, hi, I'm back. I'm ready to take the job again if you're ready to give it to me. Wala. The ship has sailed already. Yun na lang ang sabi nila sa akin. I'm sorry, but we already took somebody who is willing to stick with us no matter what. Yun naman ang sagot sa akin. So that's a big ouch. But hey, that's how it is. The thing about freelancing is at least you have the ability to drive your car or sail your ship. Kahit roller coaster nga yan, at least ikaw ang nagdadrive. So it is up to you. If you are rushing and you really need the money, well, take that $5 per job, and at least pagkatapos ng 30 minutes, you know that you already have $5 in your pocket. Yun. But if you are relaxed at nasa app ka, then relax. Go ahead and relax. Huwag kang mag-apply. Just go do what you are doing normally. And then pagbababa na naman, then rush. Sige, mag-apply ng quick jobs dyan. It is really up to you. Because as hindi natin maiwasan yung ganyan yung up and down na yan. Hindi natin yan maiwasan. The question is, what are you going to do about it?
Exactly.
And here is freelancing that will offer you as much as you can para smooth ang sailing mo.
Yeah, and that's the free part of freelancing. You can look for a lot of jobs, you can look for a few jobs, you can do anything that interests you. So that's definitely something we love about freelancing. Now, let's go ahead and answer a couple of questions that the audience has asked. Anna Soriano asked if while transcribing, ganun ba daw ang outfit?
No, I usually work naked.
Okay, well, as long as you don't go to the interviews like that, that's fine.
That's another thing about freelancing kasi ang nakikita kong pinagyayabang ng freelancing or even ESL, basta online job, ang isang nilalagay nilang poster is yung nakapajamas ka. Right? Nakapajamas ka. To me, I think that is a misrepresentation. Oh God, I mentioned pajamas. No offense to no offense to the person who you interviewed before. Not about pajamas. No. I'm talking about what it symbolizes. I think it's a misrepresentation because the thing about freelancing is you are free to wear whatever you want to wear.
Oh, yeah.
Kaya nga pajamas ang sinabi. Pero it doesn't mean to say na, pag freelancer ka, kahit naka-shorts ka lang na magtrabaho. No. To me, in contrast, conversely, well, kapag nasa freelancing ka, well, where do you see me walking down the street na nakakurbata? Right? At least I can wear my nice ties and my nice pink shirt dito sa freelancing whenever I want to. Or I can just wear a sweater when I want to. Hindi yung it doesn't really mean to say na naka-ano ka lang naka 90s. What do you call that thing? Pajamas.
Pajamas. Yeah. It really is. That's the free part of freelancing. Shodan is asking Phoenix, what was the one thing that kept you going from the time that you got back to the Philippines? And it's two questions, so I'll ask the first one. What was the one thing that kept you going from the time you got back to the Philippines?
Ang mahirap kasi sa akin, it is kind of difficult to convey to people because I usually focus on what is negative because that is what's building me strength. For example, anger is what pushes me to become good at what I do. And what keeps me going is the feeling of uselessness. I'm trying to discover identity crisis. I'm trying to discover where should I place myself in this world now that I'm back here in the Philippines. And that is what's keeping me going. Kasi pag once na alam ko na I'm supposed to be this person, then I might as well just go as that person. Never mind holding on to hope and trying to discover yourself.
Okay. That's a very good answer. Second question, did you know you would be the online freelancer you are today?
Oh God, no. Nobody does. Nobody does. I don't think even Jason I don't think even Jason can imagine who he is right now from the very first day of his online career. We can never tell. We can never tell kasi ang daming nagsasabing yes, unlimited ang option mo. That's why there is the 100K, merong mga 6-digit na nakakatanggap ng sahod ng mga ganun. What we are trying to show here is boundless. So endless ang possibilities. Sa akin naman, never mind the money, but at least your happiness. Yun naman sa akin.
Priority.
I am happy that and this is the one thing that I never had before that I didn't even realize until I got into freelancing. I didn't even know that I was never happy in Korea. The fact that I was roaming around Korea, living my life, spending my own money, spending my own salary. Para usually wala akong naipapadala talaga dito noon. Wala akong ipon. Umuwi ako na walang ipon. Kasi all I know, yun nga, single ako, so I work and then yung sinahod ko na yon, naka-budget na yon until for 30 days. Pero exacto after 30 days, zero na yung pera ko. Yeah, and I don't know, kaya how many motorcycles do I have there? I think naka-4 ako motorsiklo doon sa
Wow.
Korea. Yeah, parang ganun lang. And how many PlayStations do I have? How many computers did I have? Yeah, ganun ako doon kasi nga wala akong responsibilities. So I was very, very irresponsible at the time.
And
Here, on the other hand, ano yung may drive ka kasi uh, hindi mo alam ang pupuntahan mo when it comes to freelancing. All you have to do is keep pushing and pushing and pushing and pushing and pushing. Yan ang ginagawa mo. So just work, 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 work. Now, when it comes to your happiness though, happy ka ba na yun ang income mo? Happy, talagang fixated ka ba sa amount of money that you are receiving? Is that really what you want? Sa akin, it's my relationship. It's my relationship with my clients that is important to me. If I am not enjoying my relationship with my clients, to hell with him or her. Kahit 100K pa ang ibabayad sa akin monthly, to hell with him kung at the end of the day I feel insecure, I feel defeated. I mean, no more. Ayoko na ng ganun. Ayoko na. So yeah.
Okay, that's a great answer. Yeah, we don't know where we end up, but there are as long as you have your priorities straight, I guess. In your case, that's what's important. We're a little bit over the time, but we'll answer a couple more questions. Gladys, how did you resolve that identity crisis? That's her question.
Oh God. Ang daming pinagdaanan. How did I resolve my identity crisis? I don't know. I think I just gradually adjusted to however life here in the Philippines is. Kasi talagang ang dami kong angal bukang bibig ko na yung sa Korea ganito. Hindi pwede yan. Bakit ganyan hanggang ngayon? Ganyan dito. Sa Korea ganito. Lagi akong ganun noon until I think parang nagsawa na ang tao sa akin and doon na ako na mismo itong nag-a-adjust. And that's when I slowly got my identity back.
That's good. Yeah, it comes in time, definitely. And which hat did you wear the longest? I guess which kind of work did you wear the longest, and what part of it made you happy?
Oh, which hat? The boss of all the Filipinos in the company. Yeah, kasi grabe pag magtrabaho ako sa abroad tapos mga Pilipino rin ang kasama mo, they will step on you every chance they get, whether right on your face or sa likod mo, they will do that. So when I climbed up the top, na I came to a company na ako na ang pinaka priority ng company, ayan na, yun ang pinaka-enjoy ko. Because hey, I don't have to kiss a Filipino's ass. I can at least I don't have to do that. I still kiss the Koreans' asses, pero at least no Filipinos. Yun naman. So, yeah,
all right.
that was when
how about in freelancing? Like, what's the longest hat that you wore? Longest role that you had, and what part of it made you happy?
Narration. Narration. Kasi mas mahaba ang narration time po na nag-narrate kaysa yung voice acting. And voice acting is different from narration. But narration.
Okay, narration. Yeah, I tried that also for a while. It is fun as long as wala kang background noise. That's very important for this kind of work.
Sound quality is very important,
yeah,
of course.
Very important. All right. Well, Gladys, sometimes Filipino talaga mga crabs. So that's true. Some people are asking for a sequel, so let's see if we can schedule part 2. A couple of people are looking for that.
Really?
Oh, they want a sequel with you. Well, we'll schedule that in the future. But we're around closing. Doesn't seem like we have any other pending questions. I believe you want to answer for the closing advice. You want to answer the question of how po. Last question. How po.
How po. Okay. Please, I'm speaking from my heart. Ano? before you ask me any question, or any of the experts here in Flip, before you ask them any question, make sure that you know the answer. Yeah, make sure that you know the answer, because if you do not know if you don't know the answer, all we are giving to you is just that spoon of food. But if you know the answer, it is our job to either expound your answer, expound the answer, or contradict what you think is the correct answer. So yeah, before you come to me, make sure that you know, before you come to me and ask me any question, me particularly, before you ask me any question, make sure that you already know the answer, or at least you have your own version of what you think the answer is. Kasi at least, doon ko naman makikita na devoted ka to learn. Not just there to annoy me, people like me, right?
Yes. And you should always do your research first before anything. So thank you so much, Phoenix. We're waiting for a part 2.
Wow, I'm surprised.
People really enjoyed this, and I enjoyed it as well. And a lot of people are agreeing. Whenever you ask, you should do research first. At least Google it or go on our blog. Check out the free course before you ask basic questions.
You can even speak Ilocano or I don't know about Igorot, but probably Bisaya. You can even speak in Bisaya in Google. Ano bang ano? I don't know how you guys say it, but that as simple as Haupo, you can just put Haupo there, and you know what? You will end up looking at haupo.com. I think there is a haupo.com or something.
I should check that out.
It's just as simple as typing your questions on Google, and Google will give it to you. You know, the thing, you are wasting your time if you're asking, okay, nandito na ako, magagalit na ako. You are simply wasting your time if you're just going to ask us the questions that are so easy to find on Google. Because the special things that we can offer you are the things that you cannot find in Google, which is our experience. So dun kayo magtanong sa amin. I've been a photographer for how many years? Pag nagle-lecture ako, ang binibigay ko lang sa kanila, those free lectures, yung mga gusto nilang, I go to school sometimes and give them some free talk. Ang binibigay ko sa kanila yung mga nakikita nyo sa Google. But if you're going to pay me to talk to you and give you instructions, I'm going to give you what I've experienced for 15 years. That's what you're going to pay me for. So it's the same thing here. Do not waste my time with the things that you can find on Google. Kasi alam mo ang ibibigay ko sa'yo. Do you know the Google trick? Let me Google it for you.
Yeah.
That is what I'm gonna give you. But muntik ko nang ginawa mo. Malapit ko nang gawin yan sa Flip group natin. Malapit na talaga. Let me Google it for you. Yun ang ibibigay ko sa'yo. And,
let me Google that for you.
Ano kasi if you can, it's faster even for you to Google it kasi mababasa mo nandiyan ang information. Paano kapag tinatamad si Anna? Paano kapag busy si Anna, so all she can give you is just one sentence, whereas you could have spent 1 minute reading one paragraph about that question in Google. See, you're just wasting your time. You're wasting my time. But if you come to us, na marirealize namin that you are really there to learn and you're showing initiative. Hindi lang yung, I really want to learn. Hindi yung gano'n na, we have to see it. And that's when we are, hindi naman tayo madamot we are willing to take our time away from wherever we are busy at, like maybe smoking or drinking coffee or interview or whatnot, or having sex. At least ibibigay pa namin sa'yo. Time is expensive. My time is expensive. Make it worth my while to tell you, to answer your questions. And then I will add, that's when you can ask me anything.
Right. This wouldn't have been an interview with Phoenix Jackson if we didn't have one of these conversations. So thank you so much, Phoenix. But yes, please search first before asking questions, and you'll get a lot more information rather than one sentence from us. You'll get entire blog posts. So thank you. I totally agree with that, Phoenix, and thank you for everyone who's watching. Thank you for staying on. And if you got any value out of this, please share this. Once again, a lot of people, especially those who are OFWs, those who are going through transition periods in their lives, would benefit from watching this interview. So please hit that share button, share it with your family and friends so that they can learn too how they can get into the world of freelancing and the benefits it has. All right.
Yeah, especially those who just don't want to do business. Kasi karamihan ng OFW bagsak talaga. They have to they try to make their own business, like probably restaurant or store or something. You're just wasting your money. You're just wasting your time. You might as well keep your money there in the bank and start working freelancing. At least you will be enjoying your life.
Oh, just like Phoenix, who's happy now freelancing. And once again, thank you, Phoenix, for the time. We'll probably have a second, maybe sometime next year. We'll can have a take 2 of this in a few months. Thank you, and once again, everyone, for watching. If you want to watch more interviews, please head over to our YouTube channel, wfhr.io/YouTube. If you want to start freelancing, check out our free vacourse.com. Thank you, guys. Thank you once again, Phoenix. And I'll see you guys in the Facebook group. Bye, everyone.